Hello everyone, welcome back to Virtual Lab Infra, once again in my Intune MD102 training series. In today's session, we are going to learn how to configure and deploy desktop wallpapers or few more settings to our Windows devices using Microsoft Intune Portal. Let me quickly log into my Intune Portal using Microsoft Intune Portal or the browser application that I have. So this is an important configuration that helps organization apply corporate branding, improve user experience, and maintain a consistent desktop environment across all the managed devices. So we most of the organizations you might have seen their laptop they uses their own company logo or branded wallpapers. Like in our on premises, we apply group policy and apply wallpaper to all the devices. Similarly, in Intune also we have a option to configure wallpaper for all our enrolled devices. To do that, you need to go to devices, then configurations. Here you need to create a policy and you have to give a name. So platform, in our case we are using Windows 10 and 11 devices. Profile type, oh sorry, 10 and later. Profile type, setting catalog, click on create. You have to give a name. Corporate wallpaper. Click on add settings. Look for personalization. Here you go. Select all. Next. So company name we can give. Log screen URL, desktop image. Let me pick it from. We can pick it from anywhere, or if you have already image, you can upload in your OneDrive or Google Drive, and from as a link you can copy it. Company logo URL. Let's use any of different logo. Let's give Microsoft. Let's use this. You can use copy link address. Lock a screen also we can give same. Click on next. We don't need a scope tag. So here is the assignment where we can include the groups which has the devices added. So guys, this is nothing but we have created a group and we have added two devices that we have in our Azure. So let's add those devices. So sometime in organization, let's say there are a guest people have come to your company and you want to allocate few of the laptops. You can use excluded group and you can add those devices to that group so that this wallpaper will never apply to those laptops. Instead, it will only apply to the group that we have devices added. So I have already added two devices to this one of the group. So device configuration policy, select. As you can see, there are two devices. Click on next, create. So applying this wallpaper or the policy to all the devices, it takes some time to apply the changes. You can try few things that I will just show you so that your wallpaper will get automatically applied to all the devices faster. So to do that, so now you can see the policy has been created. You can click on the corporate policy wallpaper. As you can see, there are no devices so far in the check status. So once the wallpaper applies to these devices, any of these devices, you will able to see the result here. So let's quickly log into the devices and do the manual sync. To do that, to do the manual sync, you can log into the devices. So as you can see, so I have two devices already in my Azure portal that we had created in our very first or second sessions. So let's quickly log into these devices. Public IP. Okay, so looks like when we had applied the policy, we had selected password policy, which should have the special character and it should match the criteria. So because of that, looks like our account, the local account is account password needs to be changed before login. That is what this error says. To make this device login or successful login, we need to change the device password or local password. So do that. Let's what we can do. So without RDP, how we can reset the password? So let's do this. Click on go to configurations. So basically, we have to do it from command. So let's do this PowerShell. Let's run this. Net user. So our local user is nothing but Azure user. Password you can give something like this. Oh, looks like it's taking my previous one. So I will give these commands in the description, YouTube description, so that you can also test it in your environment when you apply the compliance policy and your device is not able to log in. User account, where user account, where name is equal to so local user name you have to give Azure user, set password expire equal to false. So basically what it tells, so basically what it does, we are setting up a password with welcome to Azure at 1234 to our local account which is Azure user, and we are saying password should never expire. Password expires equal to false. Let's run this command. So if this command works properly, we should get a successful message in output. Meanwhile, let's log into our another Azure devices or Azure machine. So that one is nothing but BM2. So I have already IP copied, and I had done the same thing. So looks like I can log into my another devices. Okay, looks like the wallpaper has been already applied to this device. This is the wallpaper. This is the wallpaper that we had applied. Let me check. Yeah. So this has been applied to the one of the devices. Okay. So as you can see, the command is successful. Let's ignore the second line. Let's log in with this password to our other machine. So let's do one thing. So let's see if we can log into this. Welcome to Azure. It Yeah, looks like you can log into this device as well. So as you can see, the wallpaper has been applied to both the devices. So it was quick. If you want to see the status of our wallpaper that has been applied, we can go here and see the report as well in the status page. So as you can see, the two devices succeeded. There is no error, no in progress. So this is how you can apply wallpapers, and you can check across all the devices which all our devices are added, and what are those devices if wallpapers are not applied. You can see all the error message or check in a status, even if you can see what time that wallpaper has been applied. So all this kind of information you can see. Also we can see device assignment as status also. So sometime, like if you have applied the desktop wallpaper but it says pending, so like you can see the in progressive status of your wallpaper or policy that you have applied. Looks like it's loading. Refresh the page. Go to devices again. Configurations. In the configuration page, click on corporate wallpaper. Here, device assignment status. You need to click on generate report so that it will quickly go ahead and check all the devices across all the devices, and it will fetch the report here. Take few seconds. So as you can see, there are two devices showing success with time period, with Intune device ID and model names and everything. So this is how you will apply wallpaper, logo, or whatever you want to. So sometime if you have applied your wallpaper or any policy, you may need to manual sync. To do that, I have already shown this in our previous videos, guys. So you have to go to access work or school, click on the Entra ID, click on info, and click on sync. This is so Intune or Microsoft takes its own time to sync the devices or policy across all the resources. To make this little bit faster, we can come here and click on sync so that the synchronization will be faster. Also we can sync this policies whenever you make any changes from all devices. Click on the device that you want to make a change and click on sync. So sync has been initiated. It will take few minutes or uh, few minutes of time, and it will sync with device and your policy will be applied successfully. So this is one of the most important configuration, guys. We can make lot of configuration. You can make your users to restrict changing wallpaper manually, or uh, insert any kind of external devices. So meanwhile, let's discuss what is conditional access. So in this session, we'll also discuss what is conditional access, why conditional access is needed for our workers or managing devices. So first of all, what is conditional access policy in devices? So conditional access for devices is the mechanism that uses device trust and compliance signals to control access to organizational resources. At the high level, conditional access for devices works by evaluating the user identity, attempting to sign in, evaluating the device identity and compliance status, applying access rules, defines Microsoft Entra ID, allowing and blocking, limiting access based on the policies. So how it relates to Intune? So Intune provides the device compliance status. Entra ID consumes data status during authentication. Then conditional access enforces across devices in real time. So this is how three phases are there, and that's how the conditional access works. So why this matters in MDM, so mobile device management? A compliant device becomes part of trust decision. A non-compliant device can be restricted without manual action and enable zero trust access models at a scale. So when you create a policy, so what will happen? What you decide? What exactly you need for your workers so that your conditional access will be helpful for your organization. So conditional access based on conditions that you want to keep or maintain for your co-workers or remote workers. So using conditional access, you can control your your co-workers or remote users devices, like how you want them to access their resources. If their device is giving non-compliance error, reporting to the Intune portal, and you want to restrict few of the settings, that you can do it through conditional access. So conditional access is something which is really needed for organization when it comes to security. So how the conditional access can be configured, let's discuss. To create conditional access, you have to click on devices, the same setting guys, devices, then conditional access. So what we are trying to do today, so we will block one of the resources, telling that this particular account should not be able to access when the device is non-compliance. So let's create a policy using conditional access. We can give any name, non non-compliance conditional access policy. So assignment tells that which group or user you want to restrict. So I'm going to restrict this particular account. When device is non-compliance, it will not allow user to access the selected resource or a specific resource that I'm restricting for my employee to access. So let's click on select users and groups. Users and groups. Select a user or group that you want to restrict. I would like to restrict for my Intune Admin 01 account. Click on select. So now assignment, I have selected Intune Admin. Target resource is nothing but what resource you want to restrict for your employee. Click on select resources, specific resources. So you can, these are the predefined resources available for Microsoft in conditional access. You can restrict any of them. In our demo class, we will select Microsoft Admin Portals. So it is going to include admin portal, include Microsoft 365 admin center, like it will include Intune, Exchange Admin Center, Microsoft Admin Center. Then condition. So network. So network, when we really need network, when you want somebody or your employee, when he is in the particular location or the particular internet, he shouldn't be able to access our resources. That time you can use network and a particular location. or trusted network location. So if you can see here, to create a conditional access policy ensuring your tenants member are coming from their compliant network. So that is basically organization wants their employees or the agent who is accessing the resource, they are only accessing from the trusted location. That is where the network comes into the picture. So let's let it be non configured. Let's use conditional access. So we'll use filter for device. So now what I want this particular restriction only somebody's device is non-compliance. Is compliant is compliant equals to false. What exactly it means? I am saying the request, whenever the request comes in, if it is the device is compliant is equal to false. That means if the compliance is false means non-compliance, it is going to, let me save this. It is going to grant equal to block. So we are going to block the access. So whenever the device the request is coming from a device which is non-compliant, the access is going to block for that particular resource that I have selected. Now click on create. Sometime while creating it will give you a link to disable the security. So you have to disable first, then you have to create it again. So now, so before save this okay, so I have created it inside the device only, no issue. So let's see, since now page is not refreshed, so I was able to do it, right? So now what we will do, looks like the policy has been applied already. So as you can see, I was able to manage everything. Let me go to my original portal and refresh. Just now I have created the policy. So this is outside the device. So this is my laptop where I will check the conditional access policy been created now, and it is success. So as you can see, the policy, let me check policies. So as you can see, I have created a policy and selected a user for it and restricted the admin portal access. So since this is my laptop, I'm able to manage everything. But when I try to access it inside the device, which is non-compliance basically. So let's check that as well. So this device, let's check which device I'm using it. If I go to CMDB, host name, as you can see, this is my BM1. Though my both the devices are non-compliance, I will not able to access uh, the admin portal in any of the device, but I'm just testing it in one of the device, which is VM1. So as you can see, the device, the VM1 device is already non-compliant, and it's not allowing me to access Intune portal or any admin center portals. I was able to manage everything. I was able to configure everything before applying this conditional access, but now if you can see, it's not allowing me to. What it says, you cannot access this right now. Your sign-in was successful but does not meet the criteria to success this resource. For example, you might be signing in from browser or app or location that is restricted by your admin. So that is what I wanted, and it's successfully implemented. Similarly, you can test it for another device. I had already logged in. Let's check here as well. Let me grab the pass email ID. So same. Now let's quickly delete this policy, conditional access policy, and see whether it's allowing me to access or not. So let's quickly Go to conditional access, or policies, delete the policy, delete. Now login back any of the device. Let's refresh again. Still it's having the cache. Here you go. So now it's allowing me to access the Intune portal or any of the portal. So that's how you will create a conditional access for your employees, and you can restrict certain resources for your co-workers when it comes to security. So that's all, guys. Hope you are enjoying this training. If you really do, subscribe my channel, like the videos. If you have any concern or any doubt, you can always write a comment. I will definitely respond, or I'll try to help you. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.